Apologies for the delay, folks. We're having some difficulties getting the players in the field. And it still looks like they're having some difficulties getting 7 players on the field. And there goes the hike. Still scanning the area, scanning the field, throwing it, come back! And there's the knee for a first down. Five seconds left on the clock to hike. There it is, hiking the ball, scanning the field, looking for anyone that is wide. Throws it, airs, but no, it's an incomplete, out of bounds. Second down. Hike up the ball. Looking, scanning, but it's just slightly over. Cannot be completed, and that will be an incomplete for third down. Hikes the ball. Looks again. And just bombs it mid for an easy touchdown. New Orleans. And that will be an extra point for New Orleans. And that's it. That will be a mercy. And New Orleans will be taking the game today. Thank you guys for joining. However, stay tuned for the next game. The game will be starting shortly, and we will be moving on to Kansas City Firebirds versus Denver Lightning. Please stay engaged, folks. Apologies, folks. My PC overheated. It's okay. We're gonna be getting on the game right now. Apologies for the delay, folks. So we have a 14-0 from New Orleans. They'll be taking the lead in their division 2-0, a step closer to the playoffs. And right now, we're getting ready for the next game that is starting in about 3 minutes. Hopefully this game doesn't take too long, so my PC doesn't break. And the game is already on. Apologies, folks. Just give me 1 second. Kansas. Kansas City Firebirds and Denver. Denver Lightning. It's going to be a very interesting matchup, folks, but Denver Lightning is favored to win this game. Alright. Alright, folks. We are going to be starting a little bit late. Apologies, but it's still the first quarter. A lot to watch. Alright. Whoops. Alright. Alright, plays in. Alright, hiking the ball, rusher in hand, pressured. Thrown. Come back, but there's an interception! Turnover! Yo, wait, which team is which? I low-key do not know. Hold up. Alright, we got it, guys. Right now, throwing in the air, looking to Mag. But there's an interception! Putting it back in Kansas City. Possession and hand. And now Kansas City has the ball and their possession. Could go either way, still 0-0. Kansas City, 10 seconds. And it looks like there will be a little delay of the game. It's all good, folks. I promise. It won't happen like last game. We're just having some difficulties right now. Looks like Denver has 7 players on the field. Well, it should be a 6v6. But it is going to be fixed right away. Hacking the ball. Looking straight wide. But it does not connect. Hacking the ball. Looking anyone to try an opportunity. It's just completely wide and to dive forward. And that will be an automatic first down. Kansas City. Apologies, folks. There looks like there will be another delay of the game. Looks like we are restarting the game. Not sure though. Looks like it will be a 7-on-7. Hiking the ball. And that will be a sack for a second down. 2nd and 21. Just hiking the ball. Fearless. There it goes. Into the end zone. Throwing. And it's connected with the wide receiver. And that's a jump. Skibbity dop. And that's a juke. Jumping. Attempting. And the play will be reset. Hiking. Fearless. So close to the sack. Forced into the end zone, and that will be a 23-yard loss for the 3rd and 33. And nope, the play will just be reset. Looks like we have restarted it. Looks like some technical difficulties. Just hiking the ball, fearless. This guy. And he's just so thrown, so close to that safety. Pressure. And Denver. 2nd down, hiking the ball. Looking for anyone that's wide, and a burn! And it's a mag for the 48-yard gain. That will be a 1st and 15 for Denver. First, hiking the ball. Trying to find anyone. But no, the replay is just getting restarted. And again, there is some delays. Apologies, folks. looks like they have restarted. Hiking the ball, looking, but there's pressure. No one wide, trying to find someone. Going so close, so far, which could have been an easy interception, but just dove over. Second down. Hiking the ball, looking for anyone that's wide of some sort. Back and almost into the end zone. Now in the end zone, has to air it out. This just looks like a perfect throw. But no, it is not, and it does not connect with the wide receiver. They're on a third down, tense. You need to find someone here. Denver. They're nice. Trying to look for anyone that's wide. But no! There is a safety. And that will be 2 points for Kansas City. Instant replay. There it is. And we're going to be doing kickoff. Skipped. Now Kansas City has the ball. Pump fake. There it goes. Air it out. Does it connect? But no, it does not. And that's an interception from Denver. Juju Crazy 2-2-3 with the interception to attempt to bring Denver back from the safety. Looking to run. Fake. Jumping. Looking, but it does not connect with the wide receiver. Too low for the wide receiver to connect. Hiking the ball. Fearless. Looking for anyone that's wide of some sort. Second down. Looking, juking, so close to a sack. Just throw it. He connects with the wide receiver, and that will be a first down for Denver to attempt to redeem themselves from that safety. Hiking. Hikes the ball, double rusher, backs up a little. Swat! But it doesn't matter because it still connects with the wide receiver. How the hell did that just happen? Swat is there. So many rushers to try and find any gaps. He's boxed up. Box jumping to try and juke out the rusher. To look. And it connects. The rusher sacks for a second and goal. Now you need to make it count in this tense moment. You need to find anyone. And it does not connect. Pinky toe. Steps out of bounds to make it a third down. Now you need to make this count or you might be forced to do a field goal to find any wide receiver. Can he? And will he? Yes, he will, and it finally connects, but at what cost? Going for the field goal to take the lead by 1. And there it is. Denver will find it. Bringing themselves up by 1. Play call, action. 1st and 15. Hiking the ball. Kansas City. Looking, backed up all the way into the end zone. Thrown, and connects, but just tripped straight over the first line for a first down. An easy first down. And this is the bright side of Kansas City. Finding those easy first downs to work it up the field. And that just might be an easy touchdown. And it is a 61-yard touchdown. And there it is, Kansas City. A touchdown, 8-3. And there, they're going for the 2-point conversion. They're just so confident in their offense. Two seconds left, hiking it down. But no, it does not connect for the wide receiver. It's denied for Kansas City. Ball going to Denver. Denver looking to find anything. Running. QB looking and sliding for the 11-yard gain for the second down. Hiking. So quick with those hikes. And there it is. Almost an interception, but no, it connects with the wide receiver. We're going for the first down. They're working it up the field. They need these. They want these. Just QB under pressure, but no, finds the guy wide. Looking! The dive going through! But there's no way! Denver! That will be a touchdown for Denver.
Thank you.
Going for the 2-point conversion. Hacking the ball, connects with the wide receiver, but no. Shortly denied. Ball is back in Kansas City. Still down by 1. Still, it's first quarter. Looking, but that's just a quick sack for a 5-yard loss. 2nd and 20. Hiking the ball. Looking, pump fake. There goes flying out the ball. Can it connect? And yes, it will. But no, there's a swat. But how has that happened? There was a swat. He tried to swat the ball. He knew he couldn't catch it, but still it connected. Now we're on a 1st and 15. How has that happened? Looking, airing. Will it connect? But no, the swat going through. Will it be an interception? But no. Again. How is this Kansas City pulling this off? Pump fake going through. Backing up. Trying to look for any gaps in the defense. Any wide receiver. Looking. But no. The reel does not connect. Still 2nd and goal. Kansas. Looking, connecting, but no. Straight to the body. Now you need to make this count. 3rd and goal. There it is, airing. And there's an interception. It's back in Denver's hands. Insane by Juju Crazy again. This guy is a big player that makes big games happen. Big moments, making big plays. Open, wide, connecting. There's no way to dive going through. There's just too much pressure to juke him out. Back in Denver's hands. 1st and 15. Looking for any gaps in the defense. Need to make this count. But no, it's just overthrown. Cannot connect. Still, 2nd down. A lot of opportunities here. It's like a burnout. And this just might be it. The heartbreaker. But no, it's an incomplete again. A little bit overthrown. Needs to calm down. Needs to pipe it down. There's so many gaps. The slants thrown. 1st down automatically. But is there going to be a fumble? No, there is not. All the DBs. There's no way. Denver. Touchdown. And how has that happened? 8 to 15. 2nd quarter. Mari Elite. All the DBs look lost. Looks like there's no communication with the tackles. Going for the field goal. And there it is. An extra point for Denver. 8 to 16. Double the score. Hiking so fearless. And there it goes. The fullback. The hit stick missed. But there comes the second layer. A 5-yard gain. 2nd and 10. What can there be found? Looking for any opportunities. Kansas City. Looking for gaps. And that just might be it. But no. So close yet so far. You need to make it count now. Kansas City. Looking for any opportunity. But no, it's just an air out and it's just Miami it. And Kansas City. A miracle. How has that happened? Bringing it up 14-16. It was just a miscommunication. There's absolutely no way. He just won a skirmish. Now they're going for the second 2-point conversion to look and try to tie up the score. Two seconds left. Hike at the ball. CF in play. Can it connect? And yes, it will. Kansas City tie up the score. Folks, this is going to be an interesting matchup. This is insane. Remember, Denver Lightning is 1-0 and Kansas City is 0-1. This is a very important game to tie. And Denver, how have they pulled this off? A 21 gain, 1st and 15. Remember, folks, this is a very important game. A step closer to the playoffs. Calm down, calm down. That just might be it. The heartbreaker in there. It's an interception. Kansas City taking possession of the ball. And nuts. Going nuts. Instant replay. There it is. But look, they're just so close to the end zone. This just might be a safety. Looking. Catching. Extending. To relieve the pressure off the safety. Hearts in chat. Confetti in chat. Pump fake. There it goes. Kansas City. And there it goes. The mag. Kansas City. They just find the openings. Just find the gaps in the defense. How? Kansas City throwing it up. That just might be it. But no! That would have been a touchdown. But it just does not connect. There it goes. Looking for the gaps. But no! It's an interception. Denver Lightning. This is why they're 1-0. There's no stopping this guy. Again. It's Juju crazy. This guy is a big player that makes big plays and big games. A step closer to possibly MVP. I mean, this guy catches the ball, touchdown, interception. This guy is such an important player for Denver. Just throwing it up, looking, but it's just an overthrow. Tense moment, pressure. You need to calm down. There needs to be an O-line or something. Looking, there's a burn to the left, but there's PR. How are you going to make this happen? But there's no communication. They jump over the ball. Denver Lightning. Going Lightning. The safety in the back. Will it connect? This guy can run it. There's no rusher. Look at the guy wide. There's a guy wide. No way. He just threw it to the other guy. Now it's a forced punt. And Kansas City have taken back. the possession. Will he try and run it? No fair catch. But it's just a forced play. Now, this is where it matters most. It's almost halftime. Kansas City, you need to make it count now. Hiking the ball, looking for any gaps, running it down. The block in hand. To look. And it's just completely juked the DBs. How has he made this happen? For the first and 15, 51 seconds left on the clock. You need to make it count now. Hiking the ball, looking for any gaps. And that just might be it. They're real in Kansas City. Instant replay. A touchdown, 22-16. The reel in and cause. That's going to be the extra point. Field goal. No surprise if they make this. 3 seconds left of the clock. You need to go now. You need to go now. And that would be a flag on the play for Kansas City for a delay, 5-yard penalty. Remember, both teams still have 2 timeouts, and that looks like an extra point. A little bit low, though. 23-16, taking the lead by touchdown and a field goal. 7 up points. Kickoff. Now, Denver Lightning, there's 46 seconds left on the clock. You need to make it count now. You need to tie up the score or just try to get close. There it goes, Denver Lightning. There's no pressure. You can take your time now. You can take your time. And that would be a 1st and 15. This is what the viewers want. They love this. They want this. Just completely wide on the left. And they've taken advantage. But why would you dive? Why would you dive? Denver Lightning, what are you doing? Why would you dive? How has this happened? You need to make it count now. 16 seconds left on the clock. This just might be it. The heartbreaker. 10 seconds left on the clock. You need to make it count now. Timeout. Called by Crim J. The team captain in hand. I'm still confused why. You dove. That's a free touchdown, bro. And there it goes. Looking. You need to make it count now. Last down. Last bit. And this counts everything. Now, there's no opportunities. He's just folded under pressure. Try to look any gaps. You need to make it count now. And Denver hits. But it's an overthrown. And we will be going into halftime. And that will be halftime, folks. It's all good, though. We're back in the game, but Kansas City has the possession now. This can be scary. Kansas City, they're not folding under pressure, not folding under anything, but it's just a little bit overthrown. Could have taken your time there a little bit earlier, but it's all good. 2nd and 15. Pump fake to try and fake out the rusher. But will there be it? Connection and 13-yard gain. And that will be a 3rd and 2. Now this is when it matters most to extend the lead. Going for the 1st down. And that would be a 6-yard gain for the 1st and 15. Still, step by step, track by track, to go near the end zone, to take this game in Kansas City. You can't let them get those easy picks. 13. Looking for any gaps. There's a burn in the wide. To look. And it connects. The 44-yard gain. And Kansas City. You need to make it count now, Denver. And that will be a touchdown. And that will be the extra point. Denver, you're going to need a miracle, but still, you still have the fourth quarter. You need to make this count. Just a white guy right there. The burn. And we'll connect, but it's an interception. How has this happened? And Kansas City will be taking the possession. And Barbie Girl, 67. Looking to punish. And Kansas City reel in. And that's a 36-yard gain. How? These miracles. There's just too many gaps in Denver's defense. You need to make it count now, Denver. You need to stop it. Stop them from getting a 37 lead. Patience is there. There's a burn in the gap. Looking. There's just a throw. And it's an incomplete, but doesn't even matter. Denver, you need to make it count. You need to start stepping up your game if you want to make this game possible. And Kansas City on the road for another touchdown. And the extra field goal, making it nearly impossible. 37-16. Still, you need to make it count now. You need to go. Denver, if it's any time, this is the time to lock in. Defense shaping it up, playing a little bit more passive, playing a little bit more back to stop it out. That which could have been an interception, but does not connect with the wide receiver. Denver, these tiny mistakes, they're taking advantage of it. 2nd and 15, looking to punish. That's a big burn, big burn. There's no pressure to punish. He's gonna air it out. There's no air. There's a burn, but doesn't matter. You need to make a juke now. A 65-yard gain. You need to make it count. First and down. Denver. If it's any time, it's now. To find any gap in the defense. To look. And no. There's no connection. But still. Just 2 more downs. Looking. There's no pressure on the QB whatsoever. Looking to run. No. Backs up. No pump fake. But there it is. And that will be a touchdown. Denver. Looking to make this comeback possible. And it's very doable. Looks like to extend the extra point. And how has he walked on the field? But no, it's denied. You can't mess that up. You need to go for the 2-point there. No way. Kansas City looking to extend the lead. And it's just a complete gamble. But how has that happened? The gap in the defense. The jump over. And it's a 1st and 15 with a 60-yard gain. Denver, if it's any time, you need to stop them now. How has this happened? And that will be a touchdown. Kansas City with a 43-22. This just might be it. This just might be the heartbreaker from the back lines. And that will be an extra point, 44-22. How do you come back from this? still, it's not the fourth quarter. There's many possibilities. Denver, you need to take this more seriously. You need to step up your game now. If it's any time to do it. Okay. To punish. Just a rain down effect. Touchdown in hand. And it connects. Finally, we're seeing some glimmer of hope. But still doesn't matter. If it's any time, you need to make it work now. Denver. But there's no connection, there's no communication. That could have been a free interception. Hiking the ball, second down. You need to make it count now, Denver. There's absolutely no way. That would have been a big gap in the defense. But no, there's no taking advantage. And Denver! Touchdown! Now there is a glimmer of hope. Now you need to make the second 2-point conversion count now. Looking with again, but there's no
way! Denver! What are you doing?
What is going on? What? And that will be the forfeit. I think. Not sure what just happened there, but they're playing it again. Absolutely no pressure on Kansas City. Kansas City looking. Look at this, and there's an interception. Just jerking it out. Looking, just shift lock. You
really like that shift lock button, don't you, buddy?
Mari Elite. Still, Denver, you need to make it count now. The possession is in your hands. Absolutely no way. How are you going to recover from this? How? And there it is. Connection. The DB's on the floor. 62-yard gain. If it's any time, it's now. Starting to play. A little bit of a glitch there. And Denver, a little bit of a gap. You need to throw it. You need to air it. And that will be a touchdown. Denver. 10 points away. You just need an interception. You need to stall it out. You need to wait for the fourth quarter. You just need 10 points. And this is when it matters the most. You need this right now. But what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Looking to punish. There it is. Airing out. Kansas City connects. And Denver, there's just too many gaps. You just can't let him catch that. Swat the ball. Do something. You need to call a timeout here this late into the game. You need it. 5 minutes left. You need to lock it now. The pump fake in hand. Under pressure. Looking. There it goes. The punish is there. And how have you made that slip? The juking in hand. But no. 25-yard gain. 1st and 15. This just might be a huge BTA. And there it goes. There it is. You can run it. But now, no, you need to take that timing. Now there's a gap. Now there's a rusher. Your teammates are coming back. They're calling for you. 13-yard gain. Looks like they're just trying to stall time here to secure this win from Denver. And Denver looking to run. And there it... No! It looked like he was about to swat it and just catch it for a touchdown. But no, there's no connection to it. If there's any time, it's right now. Looking. Pump fake in hand. Any gap in the defense? No. Looking to just stall time here. No QB boundaries whatsoever. And almost, there's almost a connection. DB, you need to be high on alert. Now is the time to lock in. It's a 4-2. You need to make it count now. So you can't throw this away. The pump fake. You could just tell there's no communication because the wide receiver just jumped. Kansas City, you need to make a miracle. And Denver, looking for the interception. The joking in hand. He just might take this all the way for a touchdown. And it looks like he will. The 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. Whoops. 40. Wait. There we go. Now this is the time. You need to lock in. Denver, you need this 2-point conversion. I don't know what to tell you if you miss this. You need to connect. And there it is. And it just looks like the game is over. And Kansas City have won, folks. They're just playing for fun. Don't get faked out here. And it will be a forfeit, folks. The ending score, it's a forfeit, meaning it will be a 14-0. There we go, folks. We thank you for joining us today. We'll probably be back for more tomorrow. Remember, if you guys are interested in joining, remember the link in the description, the link in the chat for Heavenly Football on Discord to join. If you want to get in some action like this, we are in need of some members. Don't feel scared. And that will be a 14-0 mercy from Kansas City. And, yeah. We thank you guys for joining us. Everyone have a lovely day, blessed day. Have a great night, guys. We'll be back tomorrow for some more. Make sure to check out daily, subscribe, put those notifications on for more content like this, and to get notified for any upcoming schedule. Or you could just join the Discord. But thank you guys for joining us today. Have a blessed day. Have a lovely day.